Hey, so this is just me continuing on the point of like my previous live that I just made. I think I'm coming back on because I think it's one of the other main points as to why melanated men may feel like it's easier to be with a woman outside of your race. Um, so if you watched my previous live, I kind of went over some of the obstacles that both melanated men and melanated women go through, right? So the difference in that I'm gonna say with melanated women and any other races of women would be that do they have the same obstacles that melanated women go through? Hence, why it would feel easier to be with somebody outside of your race. Because if they didn't go through the same trauma, obstacles, discrimination as we did, how would you or why would you even think they would operate like we are right now? Were they oppressed the same way? Did they have the same obstacles as we did? How could you not think that it would be easier to be with somebody who didn't go through the same things that we did? So are you really being fair to the melanated woman by going outside of your race because it's easier? Because I think as a melanated woman, it could be easier for me to look for a Caucasian man who makes 6+ figures in the corporate world to take care of me. Don't you think that would be easier for someone like me? And I'm not even the type of person who speak like, oh yeah, I do speak highly of myself to myself, but, and I do think I'm a decent looking girl that I could get a Caucasian man to take care of me. But would I be willing to compromise myself, my culture, and who I know myself to be to entertain something like that? Because I know how important my melanin is. I know how important it is to keep the bloodline going. Because you already know I don't play about my kids, and I'm going to give them the best shot, which is to be with a dominant man, like genetic wise, which is melanated. That's a conscious choice that I can make. There's a lot of things I can't choose in this life, as a melanated woman, but who I lay down and bear children with, that is something I can control. So again, I want y'all to think about your decisions as a melanated man every time you choose to go outside of your race because you feel like it's easier. Because from a melanated woman, I think we could look at it and see how easier it is too. Like, what favors do you think you're doing here? That will only be my question. But of course, just logically thinking, I wouldn't expect a Caucasian woman to understand or overstand the struggles I go through as a melanated woman. We don't deal with this. We don't deal with the same circumstances out here. So I just want our brothers, our melanated men, to think about that before you date or marry outside of your race, because it's easier. Their life has been easier from the beginning. as far as you know, because before our history and culture was taken away, we was the one who was on top. We was the one who had it together. And women was the one who was leading. But shit got all fucked up. And here we are now having this conversation about why you think it's okay, or your reasons as to why you want to date outside of your race, but have the audacity to also say in the same sentence that you love black women, when you can't even appreciate or see the struggles to understand who she is right now and what she's been through as a melanated man. That argument will never play with me, will never have substance for me, because I personally cannot see myself being with anyone other than a melanated man. And that's just me personally. So I'm not here for your excuses. Sorry, not sorry. But I just definitely needed to add that, because that is a major point, a major difference as to why we operate different or have an attitude of X, Y, and Z. Well, just look at the history, hun. We didn't have it so easy. I'm sorry that we come with a little more baggage, just like you do. But you don't see me running towards another culture or race because of that. Because I actually know what we've been through, and I sympathize, and I'm willing to work with you so that we can get it together and we can get it right. Not make excuses, but find solutions. Now, that is the end of my TikTok for today, and I hope everybody have an amazing day. But again, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and send me any comments or DMs that you'd like me to do.